Commercial emergency seed buckets often rely on a single plastic seal. When that seal fails, moisture infiltrates the container, and the biological asset rots simultaneously. This illustrates a single point of failure. In biological storage and risk mitigation, a single point of failure means a breach in one central component causes the collapse of the entire system. Relying on one impenetrable container ignores real-world variables. House fires, targeted theft, and mechanical breakdowns are chaotic forces that a single bucket, no matter how thick the plastic, cannot account for. Multi-layered independent storage architectures solve this by diversifying risk. If two systems are destroyed by unrelated events, a third system operating on different physical principles remains functional. Genetic security is built by engineering a probability matrix where overlapping systems back each other up, making simultaneous total failure statistically improbable. Svalbard's Global Seed Vault in Norway serves as the blueprint for this type of modular redundancy. Its primary layer is extreme geographic isolation. Located on a remote archipelago 800 miles from the North Pole, it is protected by both distance and international treaty. Deep inside the facility, 400 feet of solid mountain rock provides an impenetrable physical barrier against external blast forces and unauthorized access. The surrounding permafrost acts as a thermal failsafe. Even if the vault loses all grid power, the dense ice below the soil maintains freezing temperatures to protect the seeds. The internal layers add further insulation. Seeds are vacuum sealed in foil packets, stored in sealed plastic boxes, and kept in a refrigerated room held at -18 degrees Celsius. By implementing 4 of Svalbard's 7 core security layers, a household can replicate these principles of thermal and physical isolation for approximately $50. The household build begins with Layer 1, the primary freezer vault. This involves dedicating a chest freezer to store a complete collection of 50 to 100 essential crop varieties. Survival at 0 degrees Fahrenheit requires strict moisture control. In these plant cells, high moisture leads to ice expansion and ruptured cell walls. By drying seeds to a 5% moisture threshold, the cell safely suspends activity without mechanical damage. A $225 investment in a used freezer, mylar packaging, and temperature monitoring creates a stable environment where seeds can maintain genetic viability for over a century. Layer 2 is the room temperature backup, an electricity-free vault stored in a cool, dark closet. This secondary node is designed to activate specifically when mechanical cooling or grid power fails. This layer relies on chemical isolation rather than cold. Mylar bags deflect external oxygen molecules, while internal oxygen absorbers rapidly bind with any remaining air to halt the aerobic degradation of the seeds. Room temperature storage maintains high germination rates for 5 to 15 years, depending on the species. This provides a functional buffer, though it requires more frequent rotation than the frozen primary vault. Layer 2 serves as immediate redundancy. The moment Layer 1's freezer stops functioning, the core genetics are already secure in a system that requires 0 electricity. Layer 3, the tertiary buried cache, is reserved for the 20 most critical survival crops. This is the ultimate backup for the genetics required to sustain life. This subterranean cross-section shows how 3 feet of soil provides thermal immunity to atmospheric extremes. Surface fires and freezes pass over the buried PVC pipe without affecting the temperature of the seeds inside. Using PVC cement to molecularly weld the pipe taps creates a permanent airtight seal. This prevents soil microbes and moisture from infiltrating the cache over years of burial. Layer 4 is the geographic backup. You package duplicate sets of your most critical varieties and store them with trusted partners at a different location. A 50-mile physical offset protects against regional disasters. Wildfires, floods, or localized unrest may compromise one property, but they rarely affect 2 locations separated by that much distance. While Layer 3 survives the destruction of your primary residence, Layer 4 ensures your genetics persist even if the entire local geography is compromised. The long-term viability of these biological assets depend on the operational framework used to manage them. This matrix tracks every variety across 4 locations, ensuring you know which genetics are protected by which layers. Core survival crops populate all 4 storage nodes. Experimental varieties are kept only in Layer 1, optimizing your limited storage capacity. Biological storage requires validation through annual stochastic germination testing. You cannot assume the seeds are viable without evidence. You establish baseline testing thresholds, 90% germination for the frozen vault and 75% for the room temperature backup. When test results decline, it triggers a seasonal refresh. You grow out the variety, save fresh seed, and update the inventory across all 4 vault layers to reset the clock on viability. Disciplined rotation and testing transforms static containers into a living, responsive system. Without validation, a seed vault is just a collection of hopeful guesses. The most significant single point of failure is the potential loss of the vault manager. If the person who built the system is suddenly incapacitated, the system often dies with them. Resilience requires designating and training a vault heir. This person must understand the architecture of the layers and the value of the biological assets within them. Retrieval instructions and encrypted vault maps should be integrated into wills and stored in fireproof safes. This ensures the seeds can be recovered even in your absence. A master catalog tracks storage dates, exact quantities, and historical test results. This record-keeping prevents confusion during times of stress. Response planning prepares the family for specific failures. During a fire or a grid outage, they can execute practiced retrieval or transfer protocols rather than reacting with panic. True resilience involves the transmission of operational knowledge. If the next generation doesn't know how to maintain the system, the decades of effort stored in the vaults will eventually be lost. Beyond disaster mitigation, the system must be practically viable during normal conditions, starting with its economic return on investment. This chart compares the $293 hardware cost against the elimination of $200 in annual commercial seed purchases. The investment pays for itself entirely by year 2. Over 20 years of operation, the net savings climbed to over $3,700. The vault effectively funds itself while providing a level of security that cannot be purchased from a store. These systems can scale through decentralized community networks. When 20 households interconnect their independent 4-layer vaults, they create a massive redundant genetic pool. This creates a mesh where the failure of any single property is absorbed by the surrounding 19 vaults. If one family loses their collection, the community network ensures those specific genetics are not lost to the area. Consider a severe, multi-year grid collapse simulation. It begins with a permanent power failure and escalating societal chaos. Layer 1 provides several days of cold storage through thermal mass. This window allows you to transfer core seeds to coolers or prepare them for immediate planting before mechanical freezing is lost. You then transition your long-term reliance to Layer 2. While you plant the thawing inventory from the freezer to secure food, your secondary room temperature vault holds your backup genetics in a stable environment. Layer 3 stays hidden underground. By waiting for societal instability and looting threats to subside before accessing the buried cache, you protect your core assets during the most dangerous period. In this scenario, Layer 4 becomes a liquid asset. Your geographic backups allow you to barter genetics for food, fuel, or protection with distant network members who have different resources. Gracefully cascading through redundant architectures allows a household to maintain food security, while those relying on single-method storage are left with nothing. The survival industry sells products engineered to fail under pressure. A single bucket is not a plan, it is a vulnerability. Svalbard security is not derived from its million-dollar budget, but from its multi-layered logic. These are engineering principles that anyone can implement at home. Build your backups, protect all 4 layers, and subscribe to keep expanding your operational resilience.